Hey guys, Fox here with an updated Tamayura deck profile. I made a few changes to the deck that I think are really helping, so I figured I'd re-bring it to you guys. So without further ado, obviously for the ride line we're running the grade 3 Tamayura. For those of you who don't know her skill, it's similar to Final Rush, her first auto skill at the beginning of your ride phase. All of your front row units get 5,000 in 20 turns. It's really nice, lets you hit magic numbers, lets you push. And then her second ability is on the Vanguard circle. When she attacks, you counterblast one and perform one of the following. You choose a card from your soul and call it the rear guard, or you choose a card with Rirumi and its card name from your soul, and a card with Rarami and its card name from your soul, and call them the rear guard. So really good. You get 2 free calls. If it's not the turn you initially rode Tamayura, your front row is going to be plus 5,000, coupled with triggers, things like that. This deck pushes really hard, which I really enjoy. And then we're running 1 in the ride deck of the grade 2 Tamayura. Obviously, you can only run 1. When this unit is placed by riding from in the column Sunlight Tamayura, you choose a card with Rirumi or Rarami and its card name from your drop zone, and you add that to your hand. So essentially, you want to get as many Rirumis and Raramis in your opening hand by hard mulliganing as much as possible. So typically I mulligan back anything that is not Rirumi or Rarami, just to make the deck run more fluidly. The grade 1 Tamayura, you check top 7 when she is placed from riding on the grade 0 Tamayura. Check top 7, choose 1 Rirumi, Rarami, or a Fox Art card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle the deck. And then obviously the starter is the same as every other overdressed starter. If you ride on it going second, you draw a card. So really good. And then for the grade 3s, we're running 3 additional Tamayuras. Already went over her skill, but obviously she has the Persona Ride symbol as well. And then we are running 4 Barrio Dignio. Card that came out in the set. It helps build your soul up. Its ability is on the rear guard circle. It's continuous, or it's an auto rather. At the end of the battle that it attacked, put it in a soul, choose one of your rear guards, and it gets 5k. So it powers up your other attacks. And if sometimes you can even occasionally wait till you attack with Tamayura to use its skill if you only have 1 Rirumi or Rarami in your soul. Like if you have one or the other, you don't have both. You could save it until after your Vanguard's attack, then put it in soul, power up the 1 unit you call. Typically you do it before and give it to the booster, but it just depends how many boosters you're drawing that game. And then for the glitters, we have Rirumi and Rarami. Rirumi's skill is when she's placed, you can Celeste 2, choose one of your opponent's rear guards and put it into their soul. So it's really good removal. And then obviously she glitters with Tamayura, and when it's retired from Guardian Circle, you can put it in your soul. And then Rarami, you Celeste 2 to draw a card when it's placed on rear guard, if you have a rear guard with Rirumi in its name. And then it glitters with Tamayura, and when it's got the same skill as the Rirumi when you guard with it, when you're on, when your Vanguard glitters with Tamayura, when your Vanguard is a glitter with Tamayura and its card name, which is the grade 2 or the grade 3, you can put it into your soul. So the deck plays a lot like Pale Moon, if any of you are familiar with the original Vanguard series. And I always did enjoy Pale Moon in general. Played Harry for a good bit, Lukuye Reverse, all those iterations. Never played Venus Lukuye because I had gotten rid of the deck at that point, but I've always loved Pale Moon. Even the original Lukuye when it came out, but obviously I couldn't afford that because waifu powers. And then we are running 3 Fleeting Shine that lights life. It's the order for the deck. You could search it off the grade 1. So it says you can Soul Blast 2. It's a Blitz order. If you have a Vanguard with Tamayura and its card name, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets all of your opponent's front row units get minus 10,000 until end of turn. So you play this when your opponent's unit attacks, and then it makes guarding 10 times easier. So honestly, besides Rirumi and Rarami, and quite possibly could even be better than them just because it's such a strong card. You just have to make sure you manage your soul properly in the deck. Then we're running 4 Burning Flail, or not Burning Flail, Burning Flail. Twin Buckler Dragon. If you have 1 or less cards in hand, you don't have to discard for the cost of the perfect card. Then we're running 4 Stealth Fiend Forktail. Her ability, when the unit is placed on rear, look at top 7. Choose 1 normal unit with Stealth or Glitter from among them and put it in your soul. So it helps you get your rear enemies, raw enemies. You typically don't want to soul charge your stealth unless you're in a very bad situation as far as your soul goes. But it is there just in case. Then I'm running 4 Orlando now. I believe I talked about this in my other deck profile, but I was able to get them off my friend Costa. Its skill is in the soul. If a opponent's rear guard was retired this turn, you counterblast 1 and call it to rear. And then when your grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks, put in a soul, choose one of your Vanguards, and it gets 5k. So it helps fuel your soul, and then it calls itself back out, which is fantastic. So you get soul manipulation, you get a booster that can reuse itself. So say you boost with it, behind your Barrier Digneal. Then you put in a soul, give your Vanguard the 5k. And then you attack with your other rear guard. So you have another Barrier Digneal. So this is rested. You boost it with this. Your Vanguard attacks. Put it back in. Or your Vanguard doesn't attack. You put it in your Vanguard Soul. Attack with the other Barrier Digneal to rear guard. If they don't guard it, it dies. Their rear guard is retired. And boom, you counterblast 1, call it back out. And now you have a booster for your rear me and raw me. So it synergizes really well with the deck. I am liking it. Seeing some less run at 3. I just prefer it at 4 because it's your main way. It's just an easy way to get soul. And then obviously we're running 1 Drag Veda. When you drive check it, at the end of the battle that your Vanguard attack, you restand it. So just an insane card in Tamayura because you can possibly get off 2 of her Vanguard skills to call 2 units from soul. And if you have a god setup, you could call it 2 Tamayuras or not Tamayuras, 2 Riramis and Raramis. Running 1 of the effect front. I don't have more. I'm waiting for the reprint. And then we're running 6 criticals. Have to run the effect critical because it boosts your soul count. Then 4 of the effect draws. Give you the extra shield. And then 4 heals, 2 of the effect heals. I would run only 1 on the Viera and 1 of the critical. If your opponent's original critical and the other, can't remember the other text on the card. But basically it's if your opponent's criticals are boosted in certain ways, it gets the plus shield. So I ribbed 1 of each. That way it's more consistent because you're not always going to play decks that restand your rear guards. Just waiting on it to come from TCG Player. It's taking a bit. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Really enjoying the deck so far. Loving the play style. And it's just a really interesting, fun deck. I did go ahead and I updated Bruce and Seraph Snow. Working on Barrow Magnus right now, a different build. So if you'd like to see any of those, just remember to comment down below. But yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to like the video if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time.